Hello, good day. I am Christian de la Peña from Group 13. When we talk about energy, everything runs on energy. That includes your body, the plants and animals that supply you with food, the buildings you live and work in, cars, factories, and all of the world's economies. So what are the major sources of energy do we use? There are two types of energy resources. So we have non-renewable energy resources and renewable energy resources. Non-renewable energy resources include coal, natural gas, oil, and nuclear energy. Oil, natural gas, and coal are collectively called fossil fuels. Fossil fuels were formed within the earth from dead plants and animals. So we have renewable resources. There are five major renewable resources. We have first, solar energy from the sun, geothermal energy from heat inside the earth, wind energy, and hydropower energy from flowing water. So, in this figure, it is an example of non-renewable resources. In this figure, coal burning power plant, heat produced by burning pulverized coal in a furnace boils water to produce steam that spins a turbine to produce electricity. So, nakita nyo sa figure nga, ang steam di ay maka-paspin sa turbine. And mao'y makapa-generate sa generator and it can produce an electricity. And also, this is an example of renewable energy resources. So, nakita nyo sa figure, it is a dam. Ang flow sa water mao'y makapa-energize sa generator and then it can produce an electricity. And now we know the process of the two major type sources of energy and how they works to produce electricity. So, what is their differences between renewable resources and non-renewable energy resources? Renewable energy is energy derived from natural resources that are replenished at a higher rate than they are consumed, while non-renewable resources can take hundreds of millions of years to form. Fossil fuels were burned to produce energy can cause harmful greenhouse gases emissions such as carbon dioxide, which is makadaot siya sa atong environment, not like sa renewable energy resources. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of fossil fuels? The advantages of fossil fuels is, we have first, it's easier to store and transport. Fossil fuels can be transported quite easily. And they are typically transported via international gas pipeline system or with tankers. So ang naka-advantage niya is pamaagi sa gas pipeline system or with tankers, mapadali ra ang pagtransport. So mao pod na yung naka-advantage sa fossil fuels. And also, we have fossil fuels can generate huge amount of electricity in just single location. So, sapod sa naka-advantage niya is maka-generate siya og huge amount of electricity in just single location. So, we have also fossil fuels are cheap source of energy. Number one advantage of fossil fuels is the cost of fossil fuels is a major advantage compared to another energy sources. Fossil fuel energy sources are relatively low cost and cheaper compared to most other energy sources. So, ang fossil fuels ang naka-advantage niya is barato ra siya ug affordable. And then, mausad ang gisubsidize sa government para dili kayo mahal ang cost compared to another energy sources. So, what are the disadvantages of fossil fuels? The disadvantages of fossil fuels, we have first, fossil fuels produce carbon dioxide when burned, which is a major greenhouse gas and the primary source of pollution. this has contributed to global warming. So, ang fossil fuels diya is makaproduce og carbon dioxide when it burn. So, mao pod siya ay primary source of pollution. And it has contribute to global warming. So, mao pod na ay disadvantage sa fossil fuels. And we have also combustion of fossil fuels makes the environment more acidic. This has led to unpredictable and negative changes in the environment. So ang fossil fuels it makes the environment more acidic and mao pa siya hinungdan og nganong daghanang mga negative changes sa atong environment, which is usa na pod ana ang climate change. And mao po na usa sa naka-disadvantage sa fossil fuels. So, we have also harvesting of fossil fuels also causes fatal diseases among the people. For example, the coal miners often suffer the black lung disease. The natural gas drillers are constantly exposed to chemicals and silica, which is dangerous for their health. So, ang fossil fuels day kuno is mag-cause og fatal diseases sa mga people. And especially sa mga coal miners, they will suffer from black lung disease. And also, the natural gas drillers, exposed kayo sila sa mga chemicals, which is makadaot jud siya sa health. And now we know the advantage and disadvantage of using fossil fuels. So nakita nato ang advantages sa paggamit sa fossil fuels, which is easy siya i-transport using gas pipeline system or sa mga tankers. Mapadali ra siya sa pagtransport paagi sa mga gas pipeline system. And also maka-generate siya og huge amount of electricity. And also affordable siya and compare sa other energy sources, which is mao pod siya gi-subsidize sa government. So now we know the disadvantage effects of using fossil fuels. So now we know that fossil fuels is the primary source of pollution in our environment. And also it gives an harmful effect, especially to our health, due to the chemicals which gives a fatal disease among people. And also, it is important to note that fossil fuels are not the most dangerous energy sources if we compare them to nuclear energy. We can easily see that nuclear power is much more dangerous. So, aron ta makahibaw is dili ang fossil fuels ang pinakadelikado nga source of energy, which is i-compare siya sa nuclear energy. Ang nuclear energy is the most powerful or more dangerous than the fossil fuel. So that's all our topic about the major sources of energy and what is the advantage and disadvantage of fossil fuels. And that's all. Thank you.